Hi guys, welcome back to Fruitopia. Today we're gonna be harvesting a delicious fruit, and it ain't mango, not yet. Mango still has some time to go, right? But boy, it's got some beautiful new leaves coming. So our target today is up there. It's the chocolate pudding fruit, which some of you may know, but many of you don't. And yes, I will show you living proof that it's possible to not only grow here in a cool temperate climate, but also harvest and enjoy. The only catch is it takes a lot longer to grow than in the tropics, and the fruit size for the first few years will be tiny. But patience is the name of the game, guys. Just like the wampy here, right? They too over time will get a little bigger. And the point is to get your success rate up so that you don't feel like you're missing out on anything by being in a cooler climate. That's the point, right? New growth on the white sapote and tons of fruit. So with the chocolate pudding fruit, it takes that little bit extra time. But look, the good news, the patience paying off. We've got one, we've got two, three, little baby one, 4, 5, and 6. 6 out of wow. Oh, and down here 7 out of 30. 7 out of 30 already. So the lesson I'm learning from this is to thin the tree out for bigger fruit next year. So these are next year's fruit that are coming, right? There's a lot of them up there. Check out the birds. So what we're gonna do for next year is about 200 on here. We're gonna get a lot of these off once they turn to fruitlets. The tree's too small to take 200 fruit. Too young and too small. So today we're gonna be enjoying these tiny little black sapote. Here's the first one. Yep, the real deal, guys, the real deal. Just because it's small, it doesn't mean it's gonna taste any different. Let's try it out. Hi, from Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne. I'm not in Queensland. You can eat the skin if you want, but I don't. So these are tree ripened. Usually with black sapote, you pick it off the tree once the calyx has lifted, that part there. Wow, yummy, yummy. That one was a little bit fermented, just a little bit. I could taste the early signs of fermentation. Let's try this one. Looks like black sapote. Tastes like black sapote. This one is perfect. Yummy. Very sweet. A lot sweeter than eating it early. So I'm gonna pick one for my assistant. I think this one here is the best one out of all of them. Right there. Right? Just for her. Yeah, they're very small. But guys, they taste exactly like the very big ones up in Rusty's Market in Cairns. Trust me. Okay.
Okay.
Here you are.
Okay. That one has a little bird crap on it.
That's alright, just wipe it. So how we doing there? Is it a little overripe?
Yeah,
It's a little overripe, okay.
but it's really sweet.
I'll get you another one too.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay guys, we're gonna pick another one. Maybe they should have been picked a week ago.
It tasted like a piece of chocolate.
Yeah, it's
Like, it tasted like I just went to the store and had a piece of chocolate.
yeah, they're a lot sweeter than the ones we eat up in Cairns, because those ones are not so mushy. This one's a little green. So let's see how this one tastes.
Okay.
Green on one side and brown and all
Mushy on the
mushy
other.
on the other side. See if that's any different
Okay.
to the one you just ate.
This one was much better.
Much better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so there's
very good.
different stages of ripeness.
It's like picking chocolate from a tree.
Wow, chocolate pudding fruit for real. All right, I'm gonna try one now.
I mean, I wouldn't care if these stayed this size because it's like a piece of chocolate. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. I have chocolate all over my face,
Yeah, it's a bit messy.
but so good.
Mmm.
Nice.
Yummo. Mmm. Jungle style. No knife and no plate. Wow, intense. Very intense. It's almost like sun-dried. Yeah, so the flavor is really intense, like real chocolate. You know how they say it doesn't taste like chocolate? Well, these ones sure do. Wow. Okay, there's two more. That one and that one in there lurking. Yeah, they're tiny. There's bigger ones coming though. This one here seems to be the biggest. See the comparison? And that one, those two there. Oh, and this one. So I'm gonna be thinning this tree out. It's very important, guys. Look how many there are. Way too many. Like I said, around 200. I want to thin it down to let's say a dozen for next year. So that was the tallest, largest black sapote tree that I have. And back here I've got the oldest. The oldest is not the tallest though. There's the 3 jubbos I planted recently. Doing great. This one is the oldest I have, but it suffered a setback 6 years ago. Without going into detail, it recovered, and this is the result of the recovery. It lost around 3 or 4 years of growth. That's why it's much smaller. You can see here what happened. There's the original trunk and the new trunk that took over. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the same with this one. They're both seedlings, the one I showed you before and this one. just regular seedlings, and again, needs to be thinned out. Look how many are coming. Way too much, way too many fruit. It's like a heavy bearer, but we don't have the trunk size or the tree size to cope with all this fruit. It's crazy. So can you grow black sapote? Well, here it is. Here's the evidence. And they don't need any cold support in Melbourne, right? No cold support at all. Unless, of course, you live in the mountains around the fringe where it gets heavy frost. So the other black sapote that I have are grafted. And it's this one here. It's been in the ground about 4 years. It's the Tahiti variety. And as you can see, a lot of new growth. No problems, as I keep saying, to grow them and to harvest, as you just saw me do. This one has never had any fruit that were harvestable. A lot of fruitlets come every year, but they drop. And there's the new ones. So the black Tahiti, right? And that's mostly around these bananas here, and fuerte avocado, which I noticed had a fruit. I just noticed it, which is nice. And underneath the ice cream bean, massive, for that protection and microclimate. It's loving it. You can tell from the leaves, guys. Not only for it, but for all the plants around here. A lot of green going on. And then another black sapote here, grafted as well. This one here, which I just put in the ground recently. It's only been there for about a week. I had this guy in a pot for 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, I don't remember. So he's gone here where I had all these ornamental gingers, which I still don't know what I'm gonna do with them. They're getting themselves into the ground, the roots. There's more over there. Now, if I was a wise guy, I'd be selling these on eBay, but I can't put myself out there, guys. So I'm just leaving them there for now. But eventually, I want to put these in pots, cut them up, and pot them up, and they'd look nice as ornamentals around the garden. So this variety here is the Bernica, right? Bernica. And is also loaded with little fruitlets, which I have to thin. I don't think this one will carry any fruit through to the next season. It's too young and floppy, so they'll just end up falling off. This is where I had a allspice tree back in late spring, that is November, when we had all that freaking rain. Remember that rain we had in Melbourne? And it got root rot and died. I lost the allspice. So now it's been dry for the last 2 months. We've had hardly any rain. And that's where this black sapote was planted. Hopefully it doesn't suffer from the same death as that allspice did, which was really sad. It was a great tree. And then, guys, finally, another black sapote is this one here that's already been in the ground for 2 years. 2 years, and is still pretty small, but doing very well, very healthy. This is the Mar variety. And that's it. 3 grafted black Sapotes in the ground and 2 seedlings in the ground. And this is the Mamey Sapote, still leaving it in the pot, as that's not ready for showtime yet in Melbourne. This is extremely cold sensitive, so I don't want to lose that. That's going to stay in the pot for a few more years. And that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you did, and remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. See you guys from the next video.